How y'all doing? This is George over at Wicked Warnings, just coming at you live with the drill-free mount that we sell, and we're just going to do a quick how-to install it here on a new Chevrolet. We already did a nice how-to install on the extra cab Chevys that have the real fancy third brake light spoiler. This one, being the work truck single cab, doesn't have that, has a standard regular old school cargo light, and we're going to go through the install real quick of the drill-free mount with our 16-inch Whelen mini light bar. First thing we did, Torx T15, go ahead and remove your factory cargo light. Fairly simple with that. Let me take you up and show you the rest. First thing I'm going to note for you is on the 21 and newer, you'll find that there are already wires here for the auxiliary switch number 5. If you have factory auxiliary switches, your number 5 wires are here. No need to run any more. If you don't have factory aux switches, feel free to run a wire under the headliner here, out and forward. I have another video shows how to do that. Fairly easy process. But for the most part, your newer trucks are all going to have the wires right here already hooked up to aux switch number 5. We're going to utilize those wires. Okay, we assembled the mount with the instructions included. Pretty straightforward. Got a screw on each side that holds this clip. When you put it together, make sure that the plastic slides into that aluminum slot like that. And also up top here, it kind of slides together. But basically, this is what you're going for when it's all put together. It locks into the mount. The aluminum and the plastic come together there and down here in the back. See, around the back here. I'll show you real quick what I'm talking about. Pardon me. Right here and right here, there's slots. And this aluminum kind of actually, the plastic actually slides in like this. So, and then you put these screws in, and then you pop in this foam, this foam, this foam. You put the foam on the pads, you put the pads in like that, you get them started. I usually just barely till they're just coming through. That way we've got a little bit of room. You might even have to loosen it. About halfway through here usually works well with the threads, just enough to hold it, because you have to get these pads to go down, to go up under here like this. Okay, they're gonna go up underneath here. Now, they do provide a third strip, which doesn't really have a good explanation. And here's where it's gonna go. It goes in this to fill in this indent. It basically goes right along the bottom edge of this. Okay, and it's self-stuck to the truck. So, self-stuck to the truck. So this is applied right here. Then we're gonna slide the mount in place. We're gonna pull these wires right through this hole here. So they'll come out in there. That'll put this up on the roof of the truck. We're gonna be using a swivel, a 7/16 swivel, to get in there to get to those bolts. That's how we're going to do that. So stand by, let me do that. Here's a little tip. I always try to peek in here at the last available second to make sure that that clamp is still sitting kind of appropriate. See how we're sliding up underneath there? We're not catching any wires. More importantly, that clamp is sitting in that groove right there. You don't want it to be falling out. And then you slowly snuggle up this onto the truck and make sure it stays in place. Alrighty, once we get it in place, we can kind of verify that by the side. You can see here as I push it forward how it locks in. We want to get it nice and snugged up tight, and then attach the bolts and snug the bolts down. But we do have a small bit of adjustment here on this. You can see right here, see this a little bit? So it's possible to mount it all crooked. Don't do that. Make sure it's nice and flat, snugged up tight to the roof, and then snug it all down. So that way when you put your light bar on it, it's not sitting all crooked like a backwards hat or something. Another little tip, use the ribs in the roof here to gauge your center. Make sure that your left and right centered up on the roof so you're not offset to one side when you mount this. Alrighty, so I'm gonna try to show you on the bottom here. This is kind of what you're going for underneath with that gasket. Like I was saying, it kind of seals up that gap there. So you want a nice firm fit right there all along the bottom. Keep those wasps out. Another tech tip that I do, I get this thing snugged up where I like it. I look at it. You may have to thump it around a little bit. That's okay. Bump it around. Get it nice and tight. Do yourself a favor. Go take a phone call. Go take a 20-minute break, because the foam is going to compress and it's going to be a little looser. So get it nice and snug. Go find something to do for a half an hour. Come back, snug it up again, because otherwise those bolts back in there, they sometimes will come loose and this thing will rattle, and the customer will be all mad, and you're probably the customer, so nobody wants that. Now that you're all tight and snug, you can drop the top hat back on. That's very easy. It clips in right in the front here, drops down. There's 2 screws right here that hold it from the bottom up. You'll be able to pull the wiring from the light bar right into here, connect it right down into there, and you'll be able to get your wiring in there, as I got my knuckle stuck in there now. So, and as far as how we mount the light bar to the lid, we've done this in a couple other videos. Basically, we drill 1 hole for the wire. We put a lot of RTV silicone around that hole just in case. And as you can see, we got 4 self-tapping screws that are going to come through under the lid, out of sight. And those 4 self-tapping screws are right there, drilled down through the plastic of the bar. We lift the cover of the dome and put the bar in like that. And this is exactly how this bar is going to go on this truck. All right, and through the magic of film, that's the end product. We were able to put it back together. I popped the light back in place. Do be very careful with these screws. Make sure that they're lined up with the teeny tiny hole that's in there. You might want to pre-drill the hole a little larger. Totally up to you. Some of these screws are a bit blunt on the tip, so it's hard to get them in that tiny hole. So your call on there. As I say, here we are. This is the end result. Of course, we have our custom shop sticker put on it right there. And that was done here in-house. But this is what you're looking for on your end result for your drill-free mount with the 16-inch bar on the newer Chevrolet trucks with a single cab. Now, if you'd like to put a 23-inch bar, you could do that as well, but you'll have to move these screws from here to kind of in this aluminum, because the 23-inch bar hangs a little over. And you could also put other things on this mount too, like you feel free to put a work light or 2 or whatever you're thinking. So I hope this instructional guide helped you. I hope you're enjoying your mount. I hope you like my channel. If you want to give me a thumbs up or a subscribe or drop a comment if this was helpful for you, and check out our website, wickedwarnings.com. You can get all these kind of products right there, and hopefully this helped you out mounting your stuff. Thanks again for watching Wicked Warnings. It sure was a lot of fun putting this mount in with y'all. So here's the end result. I know you guys get kind of mad when I don't put it on at the end and show you what the end is. So here you go. Comes up nicely over the top of the cab. It's going to peep up over the top of the salter as well, because there isn't a salter in the world that I know of that comes from the factory higher than the roof of the truck. So this one's going to get the salter, going to get this bar, going to go right over the cab like that. And that's the end result. So if you got a Chevy like this and you want to put a light like that, hit us up. We'll get you taken care of. And if you want to see the rest of this build, see what the heck those are, or what those are, or what the heck we did inside of here, check it out on our channel. Make sure that you look up build number 1201. That's build 1201 there in our shop. And that's what we're doing. So thanks again. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.